The 2015 Paris Climate Conference is a crucial event for the future of humanity and of the world. Clearly, we all know that we have to take action against climate change, but the issue now is how much action we need to take. We've seen many times the impact of natural hazard extremes, the prevalence of disaster risk, exacerbated by climate change. They wipe out entire cities and communities. The climate crisis affects food, water, settlement, jobs, livelihood, human welfare, safety and security, poverty reduction, economic growth, and consequently, our overall pursuit of sustainable development. Scientists agree that the main cause of climate change is attributed to human activity and its production of excessive greenhouse gas emissions that alter the composition of the global atmosphere. And unless drastic cuts in greenhouse gas emissions are introduced, global temperatures are projected to increase by 0.3 to 4.8 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. In COP21, we are aiming to limit global warming to less than 2 degrees Celsius. But the Philippines and its fellow members of the Climate Vulnerable Forum demand for a more ambitious climate deal. We need to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius to be able to survive. The world cannot afford further delays, more so the vulnerable people who end up as climate refugees in their own communities. They who suffer again and again from tragedies brought about by a climate crisis not of their own doing. These vulnerable sectors include indigenous peoples, farmers, fisherfolks, persons with disabilities, women, children, the elderly. For the sake of the vulnerable, we seek climate justice now, to restore the dignity of those suffering and to strengthen the resilience of the poor and those recovering. For the sake of future generations, we seek a commitment to act now and to implement a holistic solution. Nations with capacity and resources to aid vulnerable countries must commit now, must commit their support. The COP21 agreement should define with clarity how to operationalize financing for mitigation, adaptation, loss and damage, technology transfer, and capacity building. As a long-time environmental warrior and activist, and the author of environmental laws in my country, the Philippines, I look forward to the Commission on Human Rights of my country accepting the challenge of the climate change and human rights petition, spearheaded by vulnerable sectors, calamity survivors, Greenpeace, and many other groups against the carbon majors or the world's biggest polluters, including the largest fossil fuel companies. We must seek climate justice because it is our basic human right. We need to take urgent climate action because humanity's future depends on what we do now and what we could or what we will fail to do. Let us not make failure an option. Let us make resilience and sustainability our present and our future.